5 more games to go, and the Knicks were officially eliminated from playoff contention. Would take on the Cleveland Cavaliers at MSG and a severely undermanned Knicks team. No Julius, no Quentin Grimes, no Miles McBride. The walking wounded Knicks limped into this matinee affair and limped up out of there a loser, man. 119-101. This wasn't our night tonight. First of all, give yourselves a thumbs up and shout out to you for even sticking around with 5 games left to talk post-game. I appreciate that. What can we say about this game? Well, when it was announced that we were eliminated, mathematically eliminated, way back, I think maybe even from the trade deadline show or around that time, I said, look, most likely he's going to stick with the vets. But I would expect that once this team is mathematically eliminated, we would switch things up, go with the youth. What left is there to see? I said, skip Rose, skip Burks, go to Quick. Give him a look. Give him a look. Starting lineups get announced today, and it's Burks back at the 1. You can't make it up. And they ask Tibbs, why? And Tibbs says, I got to go with what's best for the group, not just what's best for Quickly. And what's best for the group is Alec Burks starting at the 1. That is our best lineup. Coach, what are we talking about here? How do you sit there as a coach, standing on the sidelines, watching Emmanuel Quickly, fourth quarter after fourth quarter after fourth quarter, what he does for this team on both ends of the floor? As a playmaker, as a defender, as a scorer, and still say this is what's best for the team. It's 5 games left. Why not give ourselves a head start going into the offseason by seeing some more chemistry with IQ, RJ, Obi in some lineups, Mitch in some lineups? Why not? I want to see Quick with RJ, Obi, Mitch in a lineup. Give me that energy that we need. We come out of the first half down by 8. And it's more the same in the third quarter. Let me see Quick. And nevertheless, what does Quick do? He finishes with 17 points, 7 boards. Quick's been doing very well on the boards. 7 dimes, 2 steals. But as Woke Hogan said, and people in the chat says, Leon has work to do. And as we segue and transition into the off season, that is what our focus is going to be. As we start with the draft, the lottery, the draft, free agency, what happens in the trade market, what do we do with our own guys? The Knicks have work to do. But the number one thing, in my opinion, is figuring out where they go with number 30, Julius Randle. Where do we go, ladies and gentlemen? The rumors came out this past week. After the Bulls game, when you saw him toss the ball in a victory over the Bulls, walked off the court, rumors came out the next day that he wanted a trade. He wanted a trade out of New York. Like I say, man, it comes with the territory. You got the max bag. You are the face of the team. And with that comes responsibility to lead. Lead with your actions on the court. Lead with excellence in your play. And hopefully lead us to wins. Now, I think that last part is tricky because I don't think he's a guy that can do that consistently. As I've always said, I think he's a second or third option on a winning team. And I think the position we've put him in is part of the reason why he's failing miserably. And he's under a lot of pressure because he's not that guy. He's not that guy. So that's just what it is. It just comes with the territory. Is this thing fixable or not? Is the question that the front office has to figure out first. They've got to address that first. Because, he has his faults, the lack of energy, the sulking, the going after the refs, but a lack of focus as the guy has hurt this team. So what Leon and them have to figure out is, number one, does he still want to be here? And number two, if he does want to be here, how do they put him in position to be successful? This is what Leon Rose and these guys were brought in here to do. Yes, they've been drafting well. They've been scouting well. All those good things. But that never guarantees you a championship. You still need to go out there and make that trade and get the guy that can take you over the hump. And like I said, if you're not trying to trade RJ, what do you see going forward? You're going into this draft right now. You're likely getting the 10th, 11th, 12th pick. All I'm saying, it's a risky bet. I get the addition by subtraction. I get it. I get maybe he's done. Maybe he just can't handle it here. I get it. And I think it would be in the best interest to move on. But you got to think about the future, man.
All right, real quick on Randle. You could honestly, if you trade him, I'm not crying over it. But my only thing is where his value is at an all-time low. Maybe, I don't know. That might not be true, honestly. But there's not really any issue with me personally if we hold on to him just to see what happens. I think the goal is to get rid of him eventually.
Yeah.
But the thing is just to defend him a little bit, we've never really seen him with a true point guard, And when you dump it down to him in the post where he has to deal with double teams, that's obviously not the role he should be in. We know he's been miscast since he's been on this team. And I just think in a situation where you have him being the screen setter, if he's willing to do that or not, and you have him as the secondary decision maker, where he's going at an advantage state instead of having to deal with the double, I think that is the more ideal role for him because his decision making isn't the greatest, but his actual passing ability, I think it's it's pretty good. But real quick, what I wanted to talk about was I think the RJ Barrett contract situation. I think that's something interesting that we should look into. So because the thing I want to know, I want to know how you feel his value should. Well, I saw on Twitter that you said that he should get a max easy, what Garland got, right?
Yeah, the 180 is what he'd be eligible for, but something close to that, something close to that. Yeah, I would give RJ that.
So here's my thing with that.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of the culture of the team and just his ascension, he'll probably get that, and I think he kind of deserves it. But I think you also got to compare him to at least just statistically to other players around the league. It's if you have RJ on that kind of money, just if we just take his name out of it, I don't think that's necessarily positive value at this point. I think that giving him that contract would be betting on him in the future.
I think
continuing to get better.
You know
what I mean?
I agree. I definitely agree. It wouldn't be based on what he's done. I think it's based on where you think he can go. And right now, his trajectory has been on the uptick. Similar to what Denver is doing with Porter Jr., just without the injury risk.
I think we got to make a decision on how we're going to build around RJ. And, Julius factors into that. So if we're going to give him that contract, we really need to invest into, having the right roster around him, having the right coach around him. I personally don't really care about the coach. It could be Tibbs. I don't really give a damn. We need better talent.
Yeah.
But, the future of this team hinges on him. And if you're going to make that bet, we really need to put all of the chips in. If that means trading certain guys at the end of the bench that aren't playing anyways, if that means trading potential draft picks to get a better point guard, whatever, this is the guy that we have. He was our number 3 pick. This is who we choose to build with. Just roll with him. You do what you got to do to get in the right place, right? That's all I really got.
The off season is already over with. The on season is coming. What I say about that, off season is the basketball season. The on season is the office season. That's when you handle your business. That's when you prep up. That's when you make your decisions. That's when you make your choices. That's when you go look to sign. That's when you look to go trade. That's when you look to get your numbers right. That's what you do during the on season, which is the office season. That's when you make your thoroughbred, your money. Leon, Mr. Worldwide West, everybody that's up in that office, in the staff, all James Dolan, whoever's gonna be here. Y'all need to make it right. Pookie, New Jack season. Then Bow, you owe this year. You owe coming up. Everybody, you owe all the fans. You owe all the podcasts. You owe all the chats. You owe all of us plenty victories next season coming along. This season right here, we're going to watch it. We're going to detail it. We ain't going to continue on talking about it. We ain't going to continue on getting upset about the situation, what happened. We all know what happened. Truth is, you need to apologize to everybody before you leave that last mic. You need to apologize. That's what real men do when they do wrong things. They come back and they apologize and make things right. I don't know if you're going to be here next season. I don't know where you're going. I don't know what your situation, but you can't turn against the loyal people. We are the most loyalist fan base it is in sports, point blank. Why do you think they call the city New York, not once but twice? Because we did it twice. That means we nice. You know what I'm saying? And whatever team you pull for, we're loyal.